The first recorded history of cultivated mushrooms dates back to 17th century France, where mushrooms were grown just outside of Paris. Fast forward 400 years and now we have a highly sophisticated, very technical mushroom growing industry. And one of the biggest and the best is found here in Canterbury at Meadow Mushrooms. And here to walk and talk me through all things mushrooms is Kiri. Kiri, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Now, what kind of mushrooms do you guys grow here at Meadow Mushrooms?
Well, we've got 3 different types. So we've got our lovely white button mushrooms, and we've also got our brown button mushrooms, and these are fantastic. They've just got a little bit more flavour than the white buttons. And then we've also got our portobello mushrooms.
These are my personal favourite.
Oh, excellent. Oh, we might be able to give you a few on the way out.
I like the sound of that. And this is the Meadow Mushrooms laboratory. Kiri, what is the purpose of this lab?
Well, technically, mushrooms aren't plants or seeds, they are fungi. So a fungi starts as a spore, and when you germinate that, you get mycelium, which is that cobwebby-like stuff, and we'll see that later on.
Okay.
And we grow it here on different types of things, and we inoculate the bags with a little bit of that, and it just grows quite happily all the way through the bag.
What does inoculate mean?
So inoculate really just means taking a little piece of what we want to grow, that cobweb stuff, putting it in a nice yummy food for it so that it can grow. So the next step is we take this bag, put it in the compost, mix it around, and it'll all start to grow through the compost. And the compost is really important. It's specific for the mushrooms. They need a certain type of food, and we have to put the compost through all these special processes to make sure it's just right for the mushroom. The compost is actually mostly water, but you can see in here there's actually little pieces of straw. Now what we've got here is all that little white, fine, spidery web looking stuff you can see if you look really closely.
That's a mycelium?
Called mycelium. That starts to grow all through the top here, and then eventually when we create just the right conditions, the mushrooms start to grow.
We know that you guys grow 3 different types of mushrooms, portobello, Swiss brown and white button. What's the difference between the mushrooms?
The brown and white varieties are like different varieties of apple, just different strains. But the portobellos and the Swiss browns is actually the same mushroom. We just grow them bigger for the portobello.
What? So they're the same mushroom?
They're the same mushroom.
I've been lied to all my life. What is this? Kiri, how long before the mushrooms are ready to be picked?
Well, from the time we put the compost in the room to when the mushrooms are ready to be picked, it's only about 3 weeks. Welcome to the pack shed. This is where it all happens, where we pack all of our mushrooms off for sale.
Wow, and how many mushrooms do you guys go through in a week?
We sell about 130 tonnes a week, which is about 5 million mushrooms every single week.
We've seen them being grown, we've seen them being picked, and we've seen them being packaged. And all there is left to do is to eat it. So I'm going to try this raw. Hey, that's actually really, really good. Normally I eat my mushrooms sauté with a bit of garlic, butter and thyme. There's something about these.
Oh, I know, it's just when they're straight off the bed like that, they're nice and fresh, beautiful. So
right. Kiri, look, thank you so much for showing me around Meadow Mushrooms today and teaching me all things mushrooms. Can I take some home?
No, I think we can give you 1 or 2.
Sounds good.